Now, comparing the VIA chipset with the Intel chipset, we definitely see a noticeable performance increase as the Intel one performs a little bit better, and not only just in terms of CPU performance, also in memory performance and in hard drive performance. And also the AGP does increase the performance quite a bit, but I would say that it is definitely a CPU bottleneck from the results I have, and no matter what I do, it won't go beyond this point, because even if it is a very fast level 2 cache processor, as it is only 128 kilobytes, if it does fit into that L2 cache, it will perform really good. But as you put more load on the CPU and it has to go to the memory, then the big delays come along and it does suffer from a performance penalty. Also, what does fit in the level 2 cache, it will run great even if it's a 600 megahertz CPU. It does have quite a good amount of speed until it has to go beyond and access the system memory. And if it can run, it does run absolutely fine. But as soon as you rank up the details and the CPU cannot process all of that, then it cripples everything. It cripples the system, it cripples the GPU. And I came to think that the S3 Savage 4 and the Voodoo 2 3000 could go even further in performance than what we have benchmarked so far, because I definitely start to believe that the CPU holds them back. And not only that, I've also used, for the Intel chipset, I've used the Riva TNT2 Ultra, which is a 32 megabytes video card with 128 bit. I've used the GeForce 4 MX 4000 with 128 megabytes of VRAM, and I've also used a GeForce 6600, which is also a GPU with 128 megabytes and 128 bits. And comparing the results with the PCI version of the GeForce 6 series, I noticed they are quite alike. So there were no performance increases after the GPU upgrade, and that only leads me to believe that it is the CPU which bottlenecks the whole system.
A long time ago, on the continent of Arana, the once magnificent empire of stars had crumbled into oblivion, paralyzed by its own power-hungry legions, and torn asunder by an ancient and merciless evil. But the 10th Legion, the dying empire's most valiant soldiers and most trusted, withdrew far to the west, to a land called Ebb, seeking to preserve what their empire had lost. Here, in the rugged mountains and the rich valleys of their new home, they founded the Kingdom of Ebb, a kingdom that has embraced peace and freedom for 300 years. But there was a price. Few now remember the evil that opposed them. Fewer still recall the dark sorceries cast to save them. And none could foretell that one humble farmer would stand between a vengeance from the past and the survival of the kingdom.
Attacking! I couldn't hold them back. You have long been my friend, but you can do nothing more for Old Lord. Go to Stonebridge. Find Georn. If the Krug have elsewhere betrayed us, your bravery will be needed by the king. Go now.
A long time ago, on the continent of Arana, the once magnificent empire of stars had crumbled into oblivion, paralyzed by its own power-hungry legions, and torn asunder by an ancient and merciless evil. But the 10th Legion, the dying empire's most valiant soldiers and most